Dukra said, wait, what about me? I'm with child, your children are growing inside my womb as we speak. And I said, can't you leave? And she said, well, I could leave, but I'd become mortal and probably powerless. If I did that, I'd probably also lose my connection to magic. And I said, yeah, I can solve that problem for you. And then I showed her my serum and I said, you come with me, I can give you this and I can also teach you how to use magic with key energy, but you will need to strengthen your soul and I can jumpstart you, but you will have to do the rest. And she said, but what about my people? And I said, what about them? They are coming with us unless they stay here, which is just dumb. I can give you all a better home than this place. It's in the middle of nowhere, a relic of the past, but if you want to be with me, it's not impossible. And then I said, look at me, Dukra. I kissed her and I said, do you want to come with me? And she said, yes, I do. And then I said, I will teach you how to use key right now, and I will also teach you how to use magic, but I will need to touch your head and it might hurt now. And then I touched her head and she felt immense pain and she started screaming. She said, oh my God, what is this? Oh no, please stop, you're hurting me. And I said, it's too late now, I have to finish this or else the transfer will accidentally damage your brain. And she said, oh no, this hurts so bad. And I said, well, it's either this or you stay on this mountain, and I can't allow that, especially since those are my children you're carrying in your womb. And she said, okay, damn it, just hurry up please. And then seconds later I was done, and then I said, wait, I almost forgot something. And then I snuck up behind her and I gave her a shot really fast in the arm, and she said, what the hell did you just stick me with? And I said, oh nothing, just my serum that basically turns you into a metahuman with incredibly fast self-healing. And she said, just go away, leave me alone for a minute please. And I said, okay, see you later then, sorry if the memory transfer hurt too much. And then I remembered that I had one of my clones watching Talia and Nissa, and I said, damn it Harley, I forgot something. I never told the girls about me having all these powers. I never told Nissa or Talia anything about all this, or at least I never showed them. And Harley said, what's a better time than right now, Puddin'? And I laughed awkwardly and said, yeah sure, what's a better time than now? And then I walked outside to greet Talia and Nissa said, Bruce, but Bruce is there. And they said, but wait, you're Bruce Wayne. And they said, oh my God, what is going on, you imposter, explain yourself. And then the copy of me said, I'm him, Talia, and he's me, we are extension S of the same being. And then I said, Talia, you and Nissa are carrying my children and the legend of the darkest night is true, and whatever your father taught, well, that is the real lie. And then Talia said, yes, it is true. If me and Nissa are really pregnant with your children, then part of the prophecy has come true already. And then Nissa drew her bow at the back of my head, and then Harley Quinn got very upset and she pulled all gun from her backside. And I said, my God, Harley, are you okay honey? And she said, well, I had to stick this gun somewhere after we had sex earlier. And I said, baby, you are pregnant too? And she smiled big and said, oh Puddin', I love you so much. And I said, I love you too, darling. And Harley Quinn said, drop your weapons please, I don't want to kill your babies too, but I will if I have to. And then one of the ninjas tried to shoot me and I said, really, I'm trying to talk here. And then Talia shot him in the head and killed him. And I said, we need to take down your father somehow. What if I told you I could bring your mother back? Would that stop? And Harley Quinn widened her eyes in shock and surprise, and Talia said, you can't do that, it's impossible. And I said, nothing is impossible for me, I am the impossible. My powers are beyond omnipotence and I can tap into any fundamental force, for I am beyond powerful. I am the strongest human in existence and my soul cannot break. I can create something called Dragon Balls. They are wishing orbs, sort of like a type of genie, and they will have the powers to grant you any wish. I will just need a few hours to make the dragon model. And then that's the day when everything changed in our DCEU world. I created the mighty dragon Shenron, and he could grant 7 wishes, and he carried the infinity symbol on his chest and head. He looks like Shenron from the manga and anime, but now he has the infinity symbol tattooed on his face and forehead. And then the two sisters had something to say about the infinity symbols. They both said he has an infinity symbol on him, and Shenron said, I am the strongest dragon. Shenron, speak your 7 wishes and they shall be granted no matter what they are.